All right. We're live. Hooray.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Thursday.
Yes. Julianne is on a delayed flight right now that's a comedy of errors. So she was going to join us in chat from the lovely NYU dormitories. Shout out to all of you at Music in the Moving Image conference.
My condolences.
Yes. I will say I absolutely love...
Not the conference.
Yes, I love New York, and that conference is so well managed, I think, that it's absolutely one of the models on which NACVGM was founded. We owe a lot to them. But it has not been in the cards for me to go for some time. New York is very expensive, and as my job pivoted more towards Los Angeles trips for the gaming industry, I moved away from that conference just because I can't pay to go to them all. But it's great. I did get a couple upgrades off stream for the sake of I want us to have 4 weeks on this, not 7, right? And so,
wait, do we have it?
No, I'm planning this weekend, next week, and then I think, God help us, we'll be done. But you'll notice we came to this room early on and we needed a lamp that cost $1,800 money. Well, we have it now. Check it out. I can progress through the dark space. It is, in theory, possible to navigate this.
Said that because I got to use the new emote that says 1 more week.
Oh, nice, nice.
I'm not going to tire of those for a while.
I cannot imagine doing this room without the lamp. Just because, like, the enemies in here are tough, right?
Do speedrunners do it, I imagine?
Speedrunners do that blind with no lamp. In the same way that Link to the Past, you do the dark rooms with no lamp.
Yeah, no thank you.
Correct.
This is why I don't speedrun.
The other thing I did is I went this way and got the big scary dive power.
There's things I just don't want to do in games that are involved in speedrunning, including practicing them for thousands of hours.
There are games I practice a little bit or play off stream.
The only thing I think I could spend that amount of time on.
Like I did play some Hollow Knight off stream to prep for this. There's one game I didn't just play, I practiced. I did 5 runs in advance so that I would be excellent on Thursday, and it was The Messenger when we had Devin on.
That game is freaking hard.
And I blew through that at speedrunner pace using like speedrunner tricks.
Yeah, I didn't realize how hard it was because of that. Because I didn't realize like that you had really been grinding to practice. And
I think to do that game in front of a public though, it demands practice of you. It's hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to stream it. I mean, when I got the OLED Switch, but Tears of the Kingdom was not out yet. That was one of the things I played just because I wanted to see those graphics.
Yeah. I'll bet it really pops there, actually.
Are amazing on the OLED Switch.
Yes.
And that game really showed it off because it's so colorful.
Yeah. Also, hi Andrew. Sorry we've ignored you.
Right, like about halfway before you start doing the time travel-y stuff, you know, where you're fighting the kind of Chrono Trigger-y boss version of the dudes. And I was like, oh my gosh, this boss fight is freaking hard.
So I want to point out that in Metroidvania games with good music, and this is certainly one of those, when you enter a new area and there is no music to be found,
you're definitely like, uh-oh.
This is a marked moment for us, yes.
Wah-uh.
I'll also point out that because of the way we got here from above through this chasm, there are a variety of other ways to arrive here as well, but we cannot get out right now.
This isn't a silent stream, Ryan.
Which is always one of those moments, you know something has to happen because you need to be able to get out, right?
Yeah.
So now the thing is going to happen. We cannot get out here. Now we're really limited. Let's go.
Inspector Gadget, da-da-da-da-da.
Through their devotion, Hallownest lasts eternal. Now we have something.
Yeah.
My controller is vibrating just like the screen is.
Makes sense. Multimodal feedback. Controller vibration on the whole, is kind of a blunt object, a blunt mechanism. It usually, for you to understand what's going on, has to be coupled with other stuff. I feel like it gets used for, like, multiple things in games, so very often, like, vibration alone is not a signal of any specific thing.
I feel like until the PS5, it was basically a binary. I know there's technically two motors in here, but it's one for each hand that vibrate at the same pace, basically. But it's vibration on or vibration off. Sometimes games would do, like Metal Gear Solid or Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time with that sensory stone, will do vibration short, vibration long.
Right.
But that's about as good as it got until the PS5. If anybody here has not played Astro's Playroom on a PS5, holy crap, the new vibration on the PS5 controller is incredible.
Does it just have, like, a lot of different patterns that they can use and stuff?
The way they have the motors inside the controller is new.
Cool.
There's just a lot of them with a lot of different resolution to the point where you can do individual raindrops of intensity.
Also, hello, Music Theory Augmented. I'm glad that you will not fade away. We appreciate you. Welcome to Thursday. I thought about having a gin and tonic, actually. I know that's, like, your jam.
Oh, here we go.
I ended up having the last of St. Patrick's Day, like a small bottle of Bailey's, so I ended up doing that instead, but I thought about doing gin.
This dreamscape imagery reminds me a lot of Gree.
The, like, geometric...
And, like, do you see, like, the jellyfish fairy as well? Yeah, the geometric figures, the color palette is much, much more warm here than it has been in any other part of this game.
If any of you don't know the game Gris, like the color gray in French, G-R-I-S, it is beautiful, it is moving, and it is one of my favorite games of the past decade.
I will point out that studio just announced their follow-up yesterday.
Oh, really? I didn't see
yes.
that. What is it?
It's Neva, and it's in the same hand-brushed art style. It looks gorgeous on PS5, and I cannot wait for it. It was one of the indie highlights of the PlayStation experience.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that they're doing another one in that style.
I like that there is a score compared to the silence, but I also like that it's very much ambient and not intrusive. We're in our own thoughts here.
Yeah. Is this,
between body and soul. I love it.
What section are we in? This isn't Soul Sanctum yet, because this isn't the music.
This is off the map, Dana.
Okay.
Think of this as a very long, playable cutscene here. We will, in fact, take the weapon before us and cut our way out of the dream.
Man, anybody ever had a dream like that?
Right.
Like, take a knife and cut your way out, and then you, like, fall with a thud onto the floor.
This is the only upgrade where we get a full white screen. We quit seeing the game. We have the Dream Nail, which is going to fundamentally change the way we play the game. And at this point, I love this person's voice.
Welcome back.
Now we can literally, a la the subtle knife from His Dark Materials, cut the veil that separates the waking world from dreams.
It's pretty intense.
It is. So, we have a new resource to get. And we don't have a map for the area, but now at least we have... we are on the map, in theory, right? I just don't have the map yet. Check it out. These trees have existed all over the map before, but now they are blooming. And if we charge our Dream Nail, now we've got resources to go gather.
Interesting.
There's 3,200 of these or so across the entirety of the game, and you need 2,400 of them to win.
Whoa.
That'll happen off-stream by and large, or I will enter debug mode and give it to us. Apologies for the lack of patience, but you all don't want to watch me do that. There are other ways to get them as well.
I don't know, MTA, if you've seen the new little emotes. We have one more week and not a map stream.
We see the inscription again. And this is the path to the end of the game. Just like it's Super Metroid now. We fight those 3 bosses. We can go win. But let's keep going here.
A very sparse texture here.
Yes, me too, as we're again waking from...
arpeggiated piano accompaniment. Gives it kind of that nighttime dreamy vibe.
Hold on.
Now we get boss, so we get stuff.
Nope. Got it, okay. Ooh, okay, okay. Gotcha.
That's me. I make that sound.
Alright, those who turn against the king are doomed.
It's pretty intense. The shirt is pretty, but I don't think I'm into. It has like a strap, but then it has like a sleeve, but then there's this like hole.
It's got like a shoulder window.
Yeah. And I really liked the print, but it's like a little too big on me, so it's not like hanging right. I'm almost tempted to just like stitch this, so it's no longer a separate strap, and then it's just a flutter sleeve.
Right. Here's our completed bloomed tree, by the way, to let us know we've done this room.
That's always nice.
I like a marker that tells us we're done. Oh, now we have our 100
maybe you know
units, though.
Played some more Tears of the Kingdom than me. Is there like a space where it just tells you you've done like X number of shrines, or do you just have to open the map and count?
Every loading screen, it tells you how many shrines, how many routes, how many stuff.
It's like Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
I keep not paying attention during those, so yes. Someone made a comment how many they'd done, and I've lost track. Because I'm in like the 30 to 40 range, so I had lost track, and I went to go count, and I'm like, this is annoying.
I actually don't know how many I've done. I'd have to go look. More than anybody except Sarah PC in the music community, though, just in part because I've had it longer. Sarah might be ahead of me at this point. Right, you need the tram pass to go this way, which I do not have. Felt like it should have been there.
So are you in that summer, like, what day is it mode, or do you mostly still go in the office most days? Like, what do you do during the summers?
I am in the office. I'm going to check my map to see exactly what I need to hit, and I'll answer that question while I look it up.
Map stream.
I know it. I am in the office 2 days a week in the summer most times.
And is it just kind of like whatever 2 days, or is it pretty scheduled for you? Just based on like childcare and stuff.
Always Mondays, just so that way the faculty have a day where there's more than one of us in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And then whichever other day I need to be. Some days I won't go in. Some I will.
Sounds very nice.
But the gel lab is running over the summer. Ooh, Goth has got creepy fast.
This, you mean Addie's lab?
No, the Games for Entertainment and Learning lab, my lab.
Oh.
But I don't direct it, I just help out as needed.
Yeah.
Okay, that thing hit hard.
Some of the bigger bugs in here make the grossest sounds. It's not as bad as that one that just felt like we were surrounded by for like half an hour.
Yes, I agree. That was disgusting. We have to go back that way today, unfortunately.
That's okay. I think Julianne was more bugged by it than I was. Ha, bugged.
Ha ha ha.
All night. It's bugs. Oh, I love that, like, walking on, like, wrought iron.
The footstep sound? Yeah. It's common in 3D games. It's pretty rare to have that level of fidelity for a 2D platformer, and it rules.
He sounds like a Muppet singing Phenomena. Phenomena. Right?
Ooh, he's got a lot of hit points, though. I need to go upgrade myself once. Vibes. Hold on. Bloop. 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 No, you're not done.
Yeah, it's totally like the lead one on Phenomena.
Yeah. I think that slash might actually do 2 or 3 hits worth of damage. There he goes. Got him.
Oh yeah, the Mayhem movie. I found out about that. I think after it had come out, right?
Alright, this is where I thought you could go through the floor earlier. It's because you can go up now. Let's not fight that guy again, though. Let's go back this way and take the elevator up for the same reason. Just want to unlock as much as we can here. Oh, this is taking me down instead. Oops.
What's the coolest elevator? It's like a greenhouse.
It is a cool elevator.
Is that the little City of Tears theme there?
Yes, because that's where we're back to. Is we are back in the City of Tears.
See? I know where we are.
Yeah, check it out. We're all the way on the right side of the City of Tears now.
I knew it because of the music. Because of the music stream.
Thanks, Dana.
I like that they drop like pill bugs as currency. Or at least they look like little pill bugs.
Yeah, no, I agree.
People call them different things at different parts of the country. Potato bugs, pill bugs.
Roly-polies.
Roly-polies. Oh yeah, the Rita Moreno fever. with Animal is awesome.
All right.
I enjoy a good Muppet anything around here.
We'll stay on this piece of music for a minute, just to clear this out.
Because that's pretty.
Right.
Yeah,
I like how the intensity throttles live.
I really like how battle music is configured in this game. I mean, a lot of games do the whole, like, it's like the surrounding level and we're adding extra intensity, but this feels seamless.
Yeah. Oh, it's our second fragment of 3. Nothing this way. All right.
So I finally got around to watching the Queen Charlotte show, which is like
excellent.
The between Bridgertons.
For an in-between season thing meant to like placate Addie until the next big season, I thought it was very good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And part of the reason I'm not like huge on Bridgerton, I enjoy it visually. I enjoy how kind of intentionally in your face it is with like, you know, just like extensive, impossible costumes that could never have existed in the Regency era without being like out of anybody's expense.
Right.
But, and you know, I've also joked that I don't really need my TV shows to be like super sexy, so.
I mean, Bridgerton is that though.
It absolutely does do that, but like.
Bridgerton is one of the only shows, and by extension Queen Charlotte, which I count as a half season of the same show. Sorry to Music Theory Augmented there. That presents something that approaches a female gaze of male characters.
It's like Outlander also achieves that most of the time. Although I think Outlander, you can kind of tell anybody to watch Bridgerton, but Outlander I think has to come with some content warnings, you know.
Sure.
There's some surprisingly intense stuff in that one, but I was gonna say, so what I really like, I've actually always hated like Regency everything.
Okay.
The whole, it's the London season and we're going to the ball and we're gonna find a husband and we're gonna call on each other. I'm not a Jane Austen fan is what I'm saying, and I know that's I'm good with people who are. I'm not gonna like tell them it's bad. I've just never been into that stuff, and also I'm not a big Empire Waste fan, so like the fashion is not my thing.
Sure.
So mostly what I like about
the Queen's Station.
That it is a walking anachronism.
Oh, I don't have that one.
It revels in it, and it makes it so enjoyable. So like even, you know, musically, that it's, you know, Vitamin String Quartet covers of Billie Eilish and stuff. So part of the reason that I've been watching it is because that stuff very quickly turns around into requests from brides for weddings. They're like, can you do the version from Bridgerton, you know? And then I have to listen to it and know what it's like. So part of why I pulled up Queen Charlotte, because I was like, okay, what am I going to start getting asked for here? So I have a couple new ones that I have to do. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was, there was only the one episode where they kind of like backtrack and show a little bit of the behind the scenes with King George from like some of the stuff that was happening between him and Charlotte right at the beginning. I felt like it was a little bit too much reuse. Like, I get the whole we're gonna now do the other person's perspective, but I felt like too many scenes in that episode were just the exact same as before.
Sure, yeah.
Other than that one episode, I thought it was really... I thought the ending was really great of it, and I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't watched it, but...
come
the
on.
last character dedicated to first wave white feminism. yeah. They definitely have like kind of a fun take on, you know, these very progressive minded characters. It's nice to see that like they're not going for, oh, we're gonna make it like so accurate and therefore it's almost uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like Mad Men did that at times where it was like, okay, hello, the era.
Absolutely.
You know, where you'd see like Betty was smoking while she was pregnant, you know, like just stuff that that they would probably in a lot of other shows just not do.
Yep.
Which I really liked Mad Men. Not me saying I didn't like Mad Men. I think Mad Men's better if you watch it a second time from the perspective, like really paying attention to the female characters as being kind of more interesting than the male characters in that show. Because like Betty and Joan and
one of the problems with a show where everybody is terrible is that most of the terrible characters are one-dimensional and don't have to improve.
Yeah, I mean, I was interested in like watching the ways in which Don, it wasn't just that he didn't have to improve the way Pete did. Pete kind of gets by, but John, like, you could tell that there was like active fear about things changing around him. Like there's the episode where Megan gives him one of the Beatles albums and he's listening to it at the end, and like you can just see that like the world is changing. He's still in his like 1950s style suit, you know?
Yeah.
He's not hip to the jive. And I thought that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole show. If I haven't seen Mad Men, should I watch it? I love it.
It depends on your ability to tolerate blatant, overt sexism on screen. I will warn.
Yeah, the misogyny is real. But like I said, if you watch it from the perspective of the female character's trajectory, I think it's much more enjoyable. So like if you kind of go in with that mentality, I don't know, it's more interesting. I think they get really, all of them get really good development.
Mm-hmm.
And good fashion. My goodness, that show was well styled. Yeah, I liked Mad Men. I don't know if it's in my like, you know, everybody needs to watch this show kind of things, but it's absolutely worth it. But the ones I will. What are like your soapbox shows, Ryan? What's like something you would always be like, oh my gosh, watch this. This was, you know, a major.
The newest one is Ryan Johnson's Poker Face.
Okay.
Which
what
is
about, like, of all time? Like, what are your like?
Oh.
What are your top watches ever?
Gosh, that's a tough question because there's a lot of TV I've watched that I've enjoyed.
Because I definitely know what some of mine are.
You go ahead, and I might agree with you. I'll do some thinking.
Maybe, maybe not. One of the top of all time, and that I'm recommending at MTA here is, if you haven't seen it, is freaking called The Midwife. My God, is that one of the best shows ever written. It is hands down the best storytelling about women ever.
I think what I want to do is recommend a couple specific seasons of long-running shows that went on for a little bit too long. For instance, especially media scholars in the room here, you should see the first 2 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't need you to see all 7 of them.
Two? Your recommendation is the first 2?
I feel like it's easier to start one. I think probably season 5 is the best of them, but you're also dropping yourself into the middle of the narrative at that point. The show that has the best season one.
For me, that's very much like that show gets better as it goes, and it rewards the investment. I think season one is better than I remembered. Like
season 4 and 6 are both kind of crap.
A little cheesy.
That's my problem with the it gets better as it goes model. Is the 4th and 6th seasons are rough.
Yeah, I liked season 6, but I won't say why because spoilers. For those who haven't seen it.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You can actually raise that bridge, so I don't have to, like, power dash across.
The power dash is fun.
Let's do that. Then let's power dash.
You said a couple other than Buffy, what's another show like that where you...
The other show in that genre, season 1 of The Flash on the CW is mind-bogglingly good. Each season does get worse on that show, and I think that's pretty well documented at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, Call the Midwife is one of my top ones. As we have a bunch of media scholars in the chat, y'all have probably heard me go on about Halt and Catch Fire. If you haven't watched it, don't walk, run. It is freaking amazing. I love that show, and I always want more people to talk about it with. It was only 4 seasons, and it's about the early computer industry. And so it taps into real things that happen, but there's fictionalized pieces of it. It's so good. And that's another one where, you know, it's an ensemble cast where the 4 main characters are extremely different from one another, and so a lot of the joy in it is how well those 4 characters are fleshed out, and then watching, like, different combinations of them interacting with each other.
The Good Place is absolutely one of those shows. Then, yes, you should watch every episode of that show. Every single one. Holy smokes. Oops. Don't mind me. We're going back to the land of terrible spiders and things.
And then, other than that, I'm a big MASH fan. I think that show is another one. I mean, it's 11 seasons, so it's long, but it gets better as it goes as well. They kind of find their footing in a way that's very different from the film after the first season. You know, they're still doing more of like a straight up comedy, and then they start leaning into more of the like war commentary. I
love that the Manses bow to you now, by the way. That rules. Okay.
So I'm a big MASH fan. Everybody's good in that.
Our big thing, and I am aware that, like, as a genre, it is kind of problematic because of how conservative it tends to run. Police procedurals are a huge thing for me and Addie.
Oh, yeah?
To that end, Castle is excellent. Hold on one second. I need to check my map.
I always confuse. This is you're gonna make fun of me for this because there's no good reason to. When you said that, what I thought of was Bones. I was picturing, maybe because we were talking about Buffy, I was picturing David Boreanaz, and I was like,
no, I get it.
That's a different one. It's, you know, a single noun. I don't know. They are not the same.
Well, but in many ways, they're not dissimilar shows, right?
That's true. That's true. Or House. Speaking of, I mean, that's medical procedural, but
it is, and House in particular is like problematically a dick.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, like Nathan Fillion's character for Castle, and occasionally whatever the detective names is in Bones, is like pleasantly a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that I like needle you sometimes, Dana, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But House is like actually a bad person.
Yeah.
Right? The show pivots on that.
Right. Like, it's not like the show isn't super aware of that.
Right. Okay, it is creepy, slimy bug wall time.
But procedurals in general, and the House included, can lose me if they kind of run out of actual procedure that's interesting, and so it becomes only about the detectives' love lives, you know, like that.
Oh, see, I like it when it becomes more about the detectives' love lives. To that end, Lucifer. is a fantastic show.
I have other shows if I want to watch relationships. So I guess I want the cases themselves to be really interesting, and it's the same if I've never been big on police procedurals because a lot of them have been long.
This way.
Kind of
this way.
More into that than they do about the like crime stuff. I'm also not like a true crime person, so like the really is it Special Victims Unit that has the more heinous stuff?
You like ripped from the headlines type stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been like a. I'm definitely not like a murderino or whatever. Is that what they call them? The ones that listen to the murder podcast?
Yeah, something like that. Hold on.
That's one basic white girl thing I don't do. I don't do true crime. SVU does have a good theme song.
Okay, we need to go up and around. Sorry, I don't like really dark, scary, buggy things, and of course, today we have to do the really dark, scary, buggy area, right? Not spikes, not bugs. Get out of here. 1, 2. Alright. Here we go. We're through area 1, and now I'm gonna need to go due left of here. Like this. And then we're going to circle around and up to get to a bench, hopefully.
But yeah, the nice thing about Call the Midwife is...
No, okay.
It's been running, it has, what, 10 seasons now? It's been on a while. And one of the ways that one avoids getting stale for me is that the cast changes. They're not scared to like lose even the main character whose memoir the show was based on. In real life, after a few years, she becomes a hospice nurse. Like I've read her memoirs, and she doesn't stay in midwifery forever. And they just let that play out the way it played out, and then she left, and they would get letters from her every so often. But like then you're going, oh no, and then you get these new midwives. You're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like them, and like every single time that the cast changes. Even if I don't think I'm going to like the character, there's a moment that just connects me to them, and I'm like, oh, okay. And some of them have made me cry, and I'm not a crier, so...
Oh, yes. White Lotus, also, the theme song that is totally playing at being the DSE array, especially the Season 2 version. Holy crap, White Lotus was so good. Thank you for that, Ashley.
That was on something I couldn't watch, I think. What streaming platform is that on?
HBO, I'm pretty sure.
We're very hit and miss with HBO. We've had it, like, here and there.
If you don't do nudity, it's not for you, I will warn.
That doesn't really bug me.
I don't think that is a specific problem for you. If memory serves.
No, my only no-go... and most of the time, this is not like a consistent problem in shows. It's like an off moment. Is like eye trauma. Like if it's an ultra-violent show, I can handle kind of a Tarantino level of ultra-violence unless something happens to somebody's eye, and then I'm not okay. There's a moment I will never forgive Game of Thrones for. I didn't love Game of Thrones. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. I liked the music. And I like Tyrion, because everybody likes Tyrion. Until he...
So here's the thing with Game of Thrones. I thought the acting and the production was incredible on Game of Thrones. But the writing, often, even when the book had sexual violence, which I know is a kind of, not necessarily a no-go for people on this stream, but we tread with caution, right? They would often play up those sequences to make more of it in the TV show than the books did.
That is 1000% my issue with it, because I had read, I guess, yeah, the first book kind of concurrent with watching the series, and I don't know, like, even Daenerys' wedding night, they make her so much, like, more seemingly traumatized by it, whereas in the book...
Ooh, spiders, oh no.
Ugh.
Did you see it crawl across?
I don't know. In the book, it was very like, I'm nervous, but also like it's a really empowering moment, and she connects to Khal Drogo. I don't know. I never read it as quite the way that they portrayed it in the show, and I thought the show made it kind of icky.
It does, and in fact, the actors and actresses were not comfortable with it either. It turns out.
Yeah, that's something that I can't appreciate. Where it's like
that's
you
bad.
have this scene that could be granting this character some agency, and you made this choice. You know.
Yeah. Is there anything I can do here? Oh yes, there is. Okay.
What I have yet to do, and this will probably happen at some point this summer, is I have not done the Sandman one yet, which is surprising. Because Sandman was a big thing for me in high school. I was reading a lot of Neil Gaiman books.
We saw Sandman. It was very good.
Right. You recommend, like, everyone that I knew recommended it. I just have not had the wherewithal to sit down and watch it.
Yeah. Okay, I think this should be a bench coming up for me, maybe? Yes, okay.
The audio experience is a trip. Like a fan or a speaker or something going on. Yeah, the sound design in this game is out of this world. And for those that listen on headphones, like, the tracking on it, you know, the pan and stuff.
No, I'm not here.
That's what I keep noticing, is the way that, like, it feels, I'm not playing where it would feel extra immersive, but even not playing, the way that the sounds are moving through my headphones is really...
Yes, it's a whole
really
thing.
Something else.
This is me. Now that bravado has left me and I just feel tired and sore. Big mood. Give me this bench.
I don't know, Ryan, you still have your bravado moments.
Every once in a while.
Some of my favorite moments are when you, like, make a difficult jump and you're like, yes, I'm the best.
Now and then it happens, yeah. Ooh, bug squirter makers, no. Die. Look at how many layers of background detail there are here. This is just incredible.
No. I also just adore the color schemes. Like, obviously, in the green path part in the beginning, that was, like, very my color scheme, but all of them. I like a game that's not afraid of color. Which is my problem with Bloodborne.
Yes.
It's one, okay, let me be clear, that's one problem with Bloodborne. The other is I probably would not succeed in playing Bloodborne at all.
Yeah.
That's a game that requires practice.
Alright, I think I'm where I need to be.
But I remember we had a good friend who was really into Bloodborne, and at Friday night dinners he would constantly come over and play. Like most weekends he would just take one of the TVs and be doing Bloodborne, and so I got to see a good amount of the world, and I kept just being like, is any of it not gray? It's so, like, dour.
I'll be honest, what I don't like about Bloodborne that I do like about this game is Bloodborne's combat always feels slow to me. I understand that it's because each choice you make has consequences, but I want to be like this character where I'm like fast, right? Dash slash dash.
I don't think does it. To me, it seems like it would not feel slow to me, like, because
if you compare Bloodborne to Bayonetta or Ninja Gaiden or Devil May Cry, Bloodborne is very much a slower experience.
Yeah, makes sense.
And it is my problem with the game, to be clear. I don't think that, like, Bloodborne has a design problem. It's just, it's not for me. And I'm both comfortable and confident in my knowledge of that.
I think it's important to know, like, what you're into in terms of gameplay mechanics and what sorts of things you're looking for. So I can't argue with that at all. What was I going to say about that? Oh, when Joe didn't play a ton of Elden Ring, but he played enough of it where instantly I was like, oh, see, this game isn't totally gray. Like, just the perspective, you know, that the opening sequence gave me. I was like, this already feels like they weren't afraid of color. It's still very muted. It still has that same aesthetic, but it's not. There's more nature. And there's more than just the gray kind of gothic-y buildings.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know, I can't think of a space in Bloodborne that didn't feel like it was just grayscale.
This game, though, we happen to be seeing a bunch of black and white stuff because I'm in Deep Nest mostly right now.
Yeah, but
the way color works here is incredible. Yeah.
Like, you're in Deep Nest, but, like, this area I would describe as very blue.
For sure. Alright, I have my tram pass. Now I need to switch maps one moment and think about where I'm going next. Okay, back to the other map. I'm comparing two maps. One is the map as it is drawn, and the other is the map as, like, screenshot by screenshot to help me figure out how to navigate to my next destination. Alright, I think I know what needs doing at this point, though. I went and got the tram pass. Now I just need to go back down to the bottom of that area. And I think we can do that this way. Let's see. Ah, come on. The game hates me. All right.
Does the game hate you? Or are you just earning the grade you're earning? I don't know, I was trying to relate it to when a student earns a bad grade and they're like, you just don't like me. It's like, no, that's not it.
That I'm going to ascribe to sexism. I have never gotten, you just don't like me.
Well, and the funny thing is,
oops.
Hasn't happened in a while, but I have had, especially in summer classes, somebody who's a senior or maybe a super senior, they're taking the class, they just need a D, you know?
Yeah.
D for degree. Maybe they already have a job, they're doing an internship at the same time. They think the material is interesting, and what they show up for well. They just opt to not complete more work than this. This is why I do like contract grading. It's like, you want a D? Do this. You want a B? Do this. You know.
Yeah.
Usually like X number of assignments that get a pass because I don't do. I can just tell you to revise it. Otherwise, if it passes, it passes, and if you have X number by the end of the term, you get this grade.
Sure.
Before I did that, though, some of my favorite students were those D students. So it's like, it's not about liking. My least favorite students. Almost every time, it was somebody that got an A- in the class. Something about A minuses, because they will just, like, come at you about not getting an A, or, you know, you give me extra credit, or, you know, you need just to, like, round up.
Okay, hold on. I can do this. I have to get to the right.
I've had plenty of lovely A minuses too. Like, not to say that all folks with that, but it does tend to be Like, I don't know. It's not for me, that like extra credit isn't really, the people that would do it don't need it most of the time, and the ones that need it, it's not extra. They're trying to make up for things they didn't do. You know what I mean? Like that. It's not extra.
Right. No, same here. I've paused here not just to take a sip of my beer, though. Also that.
Oh, what is it?
It's New Holland's The Poet tonight. Standard for me. But listen to the filter in here. This is the tram, and it sounds like a bus speaker to me.
It's like a shimmer to it. Like it feels kind of whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really do pluses and minuses anymore. Spoiler alert. The universities I work for do. I just
Michigan State does not, which has actually been a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, for the most part, I do not mess around with it.
So, Dana, you noticed a color, like, as zone change signifier. Look at this aesthetic, yes. Yeah. But in my mind, we're incredibly pleasantly gray and white, if that makes sense.
I'm just waiting for us to get to the White Lady track, because I freaking love that. Love that track, and I can't wait
I think that should happen today.
Yeah, I think.
It's on my agenda. For those of you keeping track, we are on our way to get the Monarch Wings. Then we can go do lots of other things, including visit the White Lady, get the relevant masks, get the King's brand, come back here to upgrade the King's mask, or whatever, and then we'll just have bosses to clear out. But first, I think I actually need to go... Need to go back to where I was, which is down. Because here's our tram. And I think we're down here. Let's... No, we will not drop all our geo into the fountain. Somebody look up what the fountain does if I give it all my money. Yes, I want a map so badly. How do I want a map? Let me turn on in my map.
If you drop 3,000 geo in the fountain, you'll receive a vessel fragment. Is that right? It'll only take 3,000 no matter how much you have.
Oh, no, that is good to know. Well, I can't get back up there right now, so too bad. Okay, that's a good enough spot for me to know roughly where I am, though. So, we're all set. Down here to this bench, and we're gonna be on our way here. Yes, I will gladly pay for a bench. The burst of purple when you dash is all the more telling in an... Oh, I almost stopped in time. In an area like this. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, that looks good. Here. Okay, good. I did stop the dash before I just go kill myself. That's excellent. Alright, we gotta go down and around first. I love how the wind is in the foreground and the background now, by the way. All those layers kind of dance uniquely for every area. Mm-hmm. The animation is just incredible here. Ooh.
Yeah, I hope... You're not teaching anything this summer, are you, Andrew? I hope you're sleeping. Just a ton. That'd be great.
Oh, of course you are. What are you teaching? Also consider not doing that.
Well, it depends how one's contract runs, you know?
Yeah.
Not always an option. Got some wind going here, but not like Chrono Trigger wind, you know?
Right. That'll take us out. It's this way we need to go.
We have to figure out when we're gonna actually stream your chapter, Ryan.
Yes, we do. Sorry for suddenly cutting you off. This is going to happen.
Get some good low strings in here.
Oh no. Okay, we came close, but we're good. Whew.
Okay. Can I get this can open without ruining my nail polish? success. Proud of myself. It is sparkling tea from Whole Foods. It's a
nice
cherry cacao green tea. I'm intrigued.
Okay, you technically do not need this to get the bad ending, but to get all the extra stuff that we're about to spend the next 40 minutes going and getting to get the good 4 endings, you must come get this.
There's 4 different good endings?
Yes.
Like, back to back?
We'll YouTube them, I think, is what's going to happen. Mostly because I'm not sure that I can handle winning as many boss fights as I need to replicate it. Mm-hmm. But at long last, and of all the Metroidvania games out there, I think this game delays giving it to you the longest. Double Jump. Which does feel pretty darn good.
How much Metroid to Vania do you think this game is? Like, if you had to do like a like a ratio.
This is much more Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Than it is Castlevania, with the exception of the multiple endings, of course.
Would you say that's true of most Metroidvanias? How many of them lean more Vania?
Dead Cells is very much Castlevania, very little Metroid. For what it's worth.
So we can like
hold on a sec.
These.
We have the tough fight now.
Yeah. You could plot these on an X and Y axis.
I'm gonna die. Yep, there it is.
Well, dang.
Because I died in the dream, though, you'll notice that I don't lose my money, so we're gonna try one more time.
Yeah, I think I am gonna sew this shirt. I'll possibly just resell it. It's like, maybe it's not the worst that it's too big. Maybe it just needs to go to somebody else.
Die.
The print is super pretty.
Alright, I'm gonna look up what the reward is for winning that and seeing if I can just move on. Because we don't need 100%, and I don't think he drops anything vital to the plot. But let's find out.
Yeah, always good to check. We've had some sparse musics here. this just in the leveling around. But it's a chill day.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
It doesn't say. But I don't think any of these are required. Let's see.
I like that idea in the chat about a lot of things in video games are so far into the absurd in terms of physical possibility, but double jump doesn't feel like that until you think about it. You're like, oh, yeah, you can't actually jump twice like that.
It's just essence, which is fine. I can always cheat and give that to myself later. Ha 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 ha. What we need is to go to the White Lady now, Dana.
Yes! Music! Music!
Correct.
I love the White Lady theme so much.
Alright, and that is... in the Queen's Gardens, which is... oh my gosh, where on this big map do we go? I hate it here sometimes. There it is, okay. So we're gonna bop back there, and we should be able to all the way to the right from here. Okay. Excellent. Oh, we gotta shoot across. The double jump does both feel particularly video gamey and a particular marker of power in games that almost no other ability conveys. With the possible exception of what amounts to true flight, like a raccoon tail in Mario or something. But it's because part of the reason you can upgrade the sword as much as you want. You can give me a sword that does 8 times as much damage. Part of how we define power in video games is through mastery over the domain in which we inhabit. And what does that more than the ability to traverse space more effectively and give the player more control over the environment itself? It's the double jump.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's especially true in games like old 80s Castlevania games where you could not turn in midair unless you double jumped. Ghosts and Goblins is the big one for that.
Palace grounds. We're getting there, y'all. It's gonna be cool. So this was not a game I'd played, but after our first week, I was familiar with like a couple of the songs in it. And then I listened to the whole thing. I didn't really look up plot, you know, I didn't spoil a lot.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get a feel for like the different music. And the White Lady theme is possibly my favorite after the Green Path.
Well, let's see where the nearest spot to transit would be. I don't know if I have the Queen's Station one. Which means we might have to go to Green Path and hope we can go that way. I don't know. But what I do know is we're going to find out. So... gotta pick something, right? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like you don't like running through Green Path anyway, Dana, so.
It's my favorite place. So far. I mean, just look at it. It's so pretty.
It is beautiful.
I love this track. Such mystery, such wonder. Wonderful instrumentation.
Especially in contrast with the buggy places lower and lower into Hellenist, this place feels alive, and the music tells you that as well.
Mm-hmm. It's not hurried, it's not busy.
Right.
Because like those little arpeggiations, right? Like they're not fast, they're not frantic. They leave space, there's resonance. Feels very organic. The flute, of course, being tied to the pastoral Where's Joe? I don't know what exactly gave him that impression that like all we talk about is the pastoral topic. Then it does come up and it makes me laugh. We got our nice cozy woodwind situation up in here. But also lovely string lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that da 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 da. That feels playful.
Yeah,
Just
for sure.
the contour of that line, it's a little kind of jumps back and forth.
Is there a bench here? There is. Good.
I love foresty stuff, you know? Maybe I'll finally get over my like thing about topic theory and I'll write something up on foresting. Reforestation. I just feel like topic theory is difficult to do well. And a lot of people, as we know from my freaking out about it on stream all the time, everyone conflates like trope and topic when they're talking. And then it gets like thorny.
I think there are two really good angles of approach to topic theory.
Not everybody. I've seen it done well. But.
One is Sean Atkinson's article on the subject is fantastic, in my opinion. About identifying something that hasn't really been spoken about in the context. So tying flight topic to airships and then specifically identifying when it is subverted and for what purpose it is subverted. Right? Like Final Fantasy IV's first airship theme descends instead of ascends to make room for the bigger airship later. That's cool.
That was a cool moment.
The other time I like it, I'm going to talk about my own work and be a really annoying person, is when the sound effects are keyed by pitch to play to a specific topic. I like when the sound effects and the sound design, not just the music, are a part of that.
Sean Atkinson's always gonna get a check mark in my book too, because the week that we streamed the airship chapter was because I last minute had a cancellation and I needed somebody, and he filled in on like 2 days notice, so I was very happy to do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, way to go, because I asked a couple people, and like, no shade, you know, there wasn't a lot of time, so that people weren't free, but Sean was like, yeah, that sounds great.
Nice. So, check it out. Though once our lands a pale being lays claim to the caverns ahead, it may appear benevolent, but it does not share our dream. Be wary. Oh, and of course, it's a one-way. You can't come, rats. Well, oh wait, can you go up and around, though? No. That's too bad. Okay.
Let's track. Love that surprise face. Like, oh, you found me.
Well, sad.
So how do you get back around then?
Go through Fog Canyon. We're gonna do it, don't you worry. I just can't do it 100%
it's so
clean.
Pretty, it almost hurts. This theme is so pretty. Just, this instrumentation is glorious and simple.
I'm still not over that arrangement that they got Kristen to play for this. It's wildly, impossibly good.
Oh, Kristen.
Just like
Kristen does.
a wealth of excellence. Everybody involved. All right.
Anytime I see basically anything new put out by people we know, I'm like, why do they talk to me? Why do these people talk to me?
Because you're the best. No Metroidvania game like this does this transition better, by the way. The graphics, green up here. Mm-hmm. The music starts to transition, too. You get halvesies. Which is awesome. All right, into Fog Canyon briefly. Let's see where in Fog Canyon we can go to make this work. There are a number of potential spots, so you're going to have to bear with me, Dana.
No worries. All I'm seeing right now are electric keys. Maybe I'm playing too much Zelda.
My map says there's a boss up here. Let's see what's...
I have to go find some electric keys soon because I want to farm parts from them.
Oh, it's just a thing. We'll take a thing. All right.
Because I'm doing a lot of foraging in Tears of the Kingdom. But what else is new? That's all I did in Breath of the Wild. And see, none of that's a spoiler because it's the same. There's different stuff you can get, but...
Right.
But, like, wandering around looking for mushrooms, did that in the first game, still doing it. But it means, and this has been really funny for me, I feel like this happened in Breath of the Wild, but, like, it's a little bit more so now, because I have all of that Breath of the Wild experience, so now I'm, like, extra foragey. I keep hitting side quests by NPCs where they're like, I need 10 of XYZ, and then I just already have it, so I complete the quest automatically.
Oh, that's nice, though.
Yeah. I'm like, I get it. Clearly I knew where to get this stuff, because I had it.
Right.
I'm constantly wandering off. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go do this thing, and then I'm like, ooh, what's this? Get distracted by little shining. It is by shiny things, because it's the little, you get those little flashes.
Yeah,
like, oh, there's like a mushroom over there.
Oh, nice. It's a new spell. I have done something similar to that in Tears of the Kingdom, where you find... in the sky, you can find maps that are treasure that'll point you where to go underground, and then you have to find treasure. Like, literally, X marks the spot. Mm-hmm. And I opened one of them, and the game just said, you've already gotten this treasure, and it did not put an X on my map. And I was both really pleased with myself and incredibly sad at the same time. Alright, so that was the overgrown mound. Still looking at my map. We need to go straight south of here and see if we can transit somehow. Oh, probably not then. Okay. Not this way either. Man. Okay, now we're back in Fog Canyon proper. I need to change my map briefly on my screen that I'm looking at to cheat here. Okay. And we won't be able to go this way, we have just proven. So we need to go right and down and down. Okay. Is this the bank? We'll get it on my map if that's where I think it is.
So fun. I like Millabelle.
All right. Great. And again, I did actually cheat the money here for the sake of time. Nobody wants to watch me farm up a bunch of cash. You don't. Let's make sure we activate the station here, but we're going to keep moving.
I really like this creature. It's like a giraffe bug.
It is like a giraffe bug.
It's so cute. Also that voice. Oh, oh my gosh, I want that one to be my best friend. Look how cute he is.
I love that it is eating leaves like a giraffe too.
Oh, he's so cute.
Alright, sorry. Giraffe bug wasn't on the map. The bench and the station were.
Yeah, but giraffe bug was the best digression you could have possibly made.
I agree. Okay.
Even if you didn't intend it.
Alright, a third piece of the mask, which is a soul meter upgrade. And then we are this way. And now we are in the fungal wastes again. And we are going to...
This is what had the gross bugs, right?
No, it is not.
Oh, okay.
We're safe yet.
Good.
This is the bouncy mushroom area. Which I don't actually need now because I have the mantis jump. But we're going to go this way. And now we're going to be off of the map. So I need to adjust once more. Zoom out one. Okay. Passing underneath Queen Station. This is excellent.
Everything's just so environmental. I feel just like...
Yeah, the music all quieted down, right?
Yeah. I just feel chill, you know? Nice.
Oh. Should be able to make something happen here. Hold on. This was the bug. I am just barely underneath Queen Station here. Ah, okay. Well, Dana, I tried my best to escape the creepy bug land, but we're going back. Alright, and there might be quicker ways to go do this, but now I don't want to know, so don't tell me, chat. We're just going to live with this. Blop. Scooch to the right a tiny bit. And we'll see what's up. We'll go this way. Oh yeah, see now because we have the mantis wing we can get up here. This will be a little faster.
It's Waluigi again.
I love that noise.
Oh my gosh, I do too. It's so Waluigi.
Oop.
Oh yeah, the sad mushroom guy. Like, why are you slamming that hard, dude?
Right.
It'll all be okay.
It will be okay. Okay, I'm actually glad we came this way now.
Yeah, it's cute.
This should put us in Deep Nest, which it does. And hey, that's our 4th mask piece, so we're not doing too bad for ourselves.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright. And here we have a map of where we need to be. So we're not doing so bad. Okay. I need to go this way. We'll go through Creepy Bug Land again. I mean, having a 6th health point actually feels really good right now.
I'll tell ya. Again, I know this is not a Tears of the Kingdom stream, but starting over after having so many hundreds of hours in Breath of the Wild and then being like, oh, I'm weak and I don't have stamina. It took a while for me to feel better about that again.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely had to do some shrines about it.
So what interesting locations from Breath of the Wild have you been or not been to yet?
Oh gosh, I have been so far. I've been traipsing around. I went up to Hebra and did the plot stuff there, and then
You're talking about the town there, right?
Yeah, and just kind of around the region a little bit. I've done Lenariu, whatever the wetland region. I've done the Zora area. I've been a couple days ago and yesterday I was wandering in Akala, I went and found Kakariko and Pateno and did most of the little villager side quests in those. I've wandered down a little bit into, what's the name of the Lurelin Village, the fishing area.
Yes,
but I haven't done most of Faron, which I'm kind of saving and I'm excited for because that was my favorite region initially in Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
There's something about it. And I'm just kind of getting into like Gerudo stuff right now. I'm just
awesome.
To the desert. So I think I only have 3 towers left. So I have most of the map at least uncovered.
That's nice.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I'm probably like somewhere in the range of 30 to 40 shrines at this point.
Okay. Hey, Sir Chadley. It's been a while.
Done a bunch of... I haven't really been seeking out the Karoks, but, you know, when I see one, I do it. Kind of
sure.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I like some of the thing. There are other things like that in the new game, where you can kind of see like, oh, you know, there's a bunch of these in the world, and I've been doing a lot of those too. Yeah, it's interesting how I was saying the game sort of, I'm taking a very different path than I did the first time around. I think a little bit is by design. They kind of push you into different areas than maybe before, because I don't know what order you all did stuff before, but like in Breath of the Wild I did the Zora Kingdom first, because I just kind of ended up wandering that way after I went down and like found Kakariko and all that, and then I kind of wandered up to it.
Here, by the way.
I feel like I went kind of no, I didn't. I don't. Maybe I went counterclockwise. I don't remember now.
Bright.
But now I feel like I'm kind of doing things
light.
in a very, very weird, different order, partially because I know the map a little bit. Link is the doctor. He doesn't have a TARDIS, though. He does have shrines that are bigger on the inside, but that was true in the first game, too. Like the... Gotta love the heartbeat here.
Yeah. I don't know what to do to solve that problem, but that's okay.
Why is it not letting me save this file?
Oh no, I didn't want to fall back down. Crap.
Save. There we go. I mean, I have no proof that he has the Triforce in this game. There's been no mention of a Triforce.
No, I will say, I don't know if I've mentioned it to Dana yet, but without spoiling any plot details she doesn't know, I think that with very minimal rewrites, you could have made Link or Zelda selectable, and the character you don't select at the end of the game's opening cutscene falls into the abyss, and you play as the other one. And I would have been very, very open to that.
I would have been very happy with that, and I would have played as Zelda, obviously.
Oh, see, look, yeah, you could come here. Oh, now I'm mad about it. Okay. But if that's true, this should work for me. Unless
making a teaser image for tomorrow.
I can't go this way and I have to go through all of Deep Nest, which I really do not want to do, so please don't. But it's looking increasingly like that's the case. Yep, okay, fine. Back down we go.
here. Go here.
Yeah. I almost never feel like I did the solution, quote, as intended in Tears of the Kingdom. Right, they probably never intended me to invent the Green Goblin's glider and just fly absolutely everywhere.
I don't know what they did or didn't intend based on the, you know?
Right. No, that's...
Like, there have been some things that I've seen people inventing in there.
No, I agree. That's a tough determination to make, for sure.
Yeah, I love when I feel like I'm solving, or I'll go through it with, like, obviously a perfectly fine solution, and then I realize what I was supposed to have done.
Oh, yeah.
Like, got to one where I ended up doing, like, a platformy thing, and it turned out that there was, like, a fan that I could have just, like, used the glider. I was like, oh, well, my solution was fun, too. But there's also moments where you're just like, am I actually not smart?
Right.
You're looking at a shrine just like doubting your PhD.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Also happened in the first game. For sure.
Oop, did you see the spider crawl across? Don't like that. No thanks.
Are you arachnophobic? Close your eyes. I think last time we were in this area, Julianne and I were like, they're fine as long as they, like, keep your distance, you know? Like, I respect you as a creature, and you eat other bugs that I would, you know, I'd rather have you than some of the other bugs, but I also don't want you, like, crawling on me, you know? It's kind of, it's more of a detente with the spiders. But, like, who really does want things crawling on them?
Right.
Am I going to use the Final Fantasy font again just because it's a pixel font that I like? Probably.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
That I don't re-download new fonts when I sometimes do. I have to be in the mood.
Alright, so now I know where on the map I am. But let's get it up for everybody else. You'll notice the mask to the far left is one of the 3 bosses we have to fight eventually. I do not want to do that right now. I'd rather come back hyper-geared next week and do all 3 bosses with like maximum amounts of damage and health and things. So we're going to try and steer clear of that if we can. Okay, this little dude we can try and save, though.
The little stringy, like... we got a little bit of, like, tremolo happening, which gives it, like, a skittering effect. Because it's not full blast fortissimo tremolo. It's, like, anxious, quiet tremolo, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, my violin sounds glorious. For those in the chat, I spent $650 on my violin last week. Because I hadn't taken it to a luthier in a while. My luthier actually retired, and so I finally got around to, like, finding a new one, and I'm really happy with it. It's like, I barely recognize my instrument. So it was definitely an ouch, but just do some more gigs, make it back, you know.
Yep. Oh crap, of course. All I want is enough hit points to heal once. And because this does 2 damage a hit if I mess up. And I very much don't want to do that right now, because my last bench is far away. No, no. Oh well, it's fine. We're moving on. Gonna heal. Okay. This should still be okay. We just need to move up in the world now. That's not cool. Oh yeah, they're messing with you now, Dana, the spiders.
Yeah.
There's gonna be like a killer queen spider boss somewhere here that we're gonna come back and fight. Not now. It's gonna be awesome.
Does she keep Amoe and Shandon in a pretty cabinet?
One,
You said,
two,
you said
three.
there's gonna be a killer queen.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Nope, that's spikes. Don't want that. What do we do with this? Nope. We gotta go up and around and make the jump. Okay. We're trying to get up. Without hitting spikes. Without dying. Don't like any of this.
Okay, Ryan, I'm here. If you need an adult.
Thank you, Dana.
Yeah. Anytime.
Die. Okay.
Did I not add a description? Did it not save my description? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna kill Twitter. I just wrote the alt text and it didn't save it.
That's the worst.
Oh my goodness. Edit image description.
Hello, mask maker.
Oh my god.
A wonderful thing to have, a face, not a thing with which we are all blessed.
Mask maker, mask maker.
I love it.
Make
all right.
me a mask.
That's good, though. That means we're in the right spot, and we're going to arrive to the White Lady shortly before 11 o'clock, which is not too bad here.
Little fiddler on the roof pun for y'all. I'll feel better if I just tweet this. You know, so folks know there's a kudo stream tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Who is it tomorrow?
It's TJ Les Nicola and Brent Ferguson from our.
Oh, yes.
On
Excellent.
Carmen San Diego.
That's awesome. I enjoyed that chapter a lot. Okay, climb.
It's also, I mean, other than the partnering with the Ludomusicology Study Group where we had extra people on, I think this is the first co-authored thing where I've had both.
Oh, nice.
On, right? I think so. I could be wrong. But that's always fun. More collaboration.
Oh no, does this way not take me there?
Oh.
I'm trying to get to this spot. Like, I know exactly where.
I tweeted.
But it is seemingly impenetrable. I'm gonna go to the other map and take a look here. Okay. This does that. Let's see. Oh, one. Maybe we can go this way. Check that out. We will see. Really glad I checked every screenshot of the entire game map briefly there.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like Green Path, but it is not, by the way.
It's pretty. Yeah, looks more dangerous too. It's got the like what I like to call the Celeste or Super Meat Boy, like spikes everywhere.
Yeah, more dangerous enemies too.
This is like when you've wandered off the path.
Yes.
Except you're in kind of like a structure. It's not just outdoor. We can see. Ugh, pretty shallow lines.
Back to this area. Which should give us a bench here. Very good.
Question.
Yes.
And folks in the chat can correct me on this. There is the musical artist who spells their name S-Z-A. Do you actually pronounce it, or do you say S-Z-A? Is it SZA? Like, how do you say it? I've never heard anyone... I've only seen it written. This does not come up tomorrow, but I'm thinking about it because one of the Queen Charlotte songs from the Bridgerton spinoff was "Nobody Gets Me," and it's by them. I don't know how it's said. I was just thinking I have to add that to my to-do list.
All right, welcome to Green Path 2, essentially the Queen's Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, our Mantis promise is no good here.
Mm-hmm. Music's cool, though.
Nope. It's fine. That's what that bench right there is for. Check it out. Let's go get all our money back, too. We are actually very close, by the way, Dana, to where we need to be.
I know, I'm so excited.
Sorry, this is taking longer than it should.
It's okay.
My map assumes that you've unlocked everything.
I got my nails done for the weekend. I have a 20th anniversary reunion for the rock orchestra I was in back in the day. And
oh, nice.
I have a very elaborate, very over-the-top costume plan.
As one does.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. I found this skirt
combat time
at Anthropology, y'all, and like it was a spend for me because I normally thrift my clothes, but like it's one of the most Dana skirts I've ever seen in my life. It's like a kind of a mid-length, decently long actually, circle skirt. Like so it has nice movement. It's pretty long, but it has an ombre like light green to white, and then it has sheet music printed all over it. It's the prettiest thing ever. So, I'm wearing that. That's very musical. It's also one of the reasons I got my violin into the luthier when I did, because I kind of wanted my instrument to sound its best.
Oh gosh, this thing's still alive. I wasn't ready for that.
I hate that. It'll happen to me in like Breath of the Wild where I like will lose count of the men. Or not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Like there's an extra like Lizalfos somewhere that I thought I had killed, but it wasn't quite dead yet, and then it like lizard breaths me. I'm like, thanks, jerk.
Oh my gosh, there's more.
I've definitely had some pretty comical deaths in that game. I mean, everybody has those where you like shoot a bomb or something and like miscalculate the distance and blow yourself up.
Yeah.
I do. That's the actually. You were saying that you're kind of money locked. I feel like I'm always like hurting for bomb flowers.
Oh wow, yeah. I almost never run out of bomb flowers.
Maybe I'm just not hanging out in the caves enough. Or maybe I'm just like slap happy using them. Which is also true.
I don't usually use them for movement. Like, I don't shield jump with them. I know it's possible. And I don't use them in most combat situations.
Oh, I use them in, like, a lot of combat situations because it's fun.
Muddle fruit works much better, and there's fewer other uses for it.
More. I have enjoyed that when I have used it. I need to get on that.
Okay, well, that was awful, but it's done. And now there should be another bench up here for me. Hold on. Let's wait for this one around. You technically don't need double jump to do all this. It's not required because you can hate yourself. Okay.
But yeah, I did pretty nails for the weekend. It's like a mint green, but then I added an opalescent top coat.
Nice.
And I just did a glossy top coat to seal it all in, because that's what streams are for, you know? I'm
Here sleeps the trader's child.
And I'm getting my nails done because I know I'm going to be sitting here for several hours, not, like, messing up my nails, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
That's why Julianne and I do them when we do. Because, like, I know I'm going to sit here and, like, not be tempted to do something and then smudge it. Because that is always the pain with this sort of thing. I think I did a good job, too. I don't think I got bubbles. Which is nice.
Alright. Ooh, I really wanted that save point and can't find it, which I guess is okay. Let's keep circling around and seeing.
I haven't done a lot of the mini games yet.
If this is the one with the bench.
I think I know the one you're talking about where you have to build the car.
Oh yes, I've built the car. It's fun.
I know, it's like it's so funny to see. Julianne, I know, hasn't been looking up like compilations of fun or interesting things people have invented, but I think it's awesome. Like, also there's some of them that maybe I'm just not far enough in the game. I'm like, how? I don't know how some of these things have been engineered.
The really most complicated engineering things that would possibly spoil stuff, you need so many battery upgrades to actually build those that they're playing a different game than you are.
Yeah, and I have a couple battery upgrades, but I keep having to. I end up getting a stockpile where I'm like, oh, I've done a bunch of shrines, like I better go find a goddess statue, you know, or like I have Korok seeds and like I need to like actually go see Hestu or whatever, and then I do, and it feels great. But
yeah, I'm sitting on 25 Korok seeds right now, and it feels awesome.
Yeah.
How'd that boomerang hit me twice? Okay, I'm mad about that.
Well, it comes back, you know. That is how a boomerang be.
Yeah.
I just saw what you sent me before the...
It's fine. I'm looking at all of them now.
Sorry, I didn't see it until just now. I could have had that open the whole time and been helpful.
You're great.
Helpful.
What would help me more than anything is finding the map of this area so that I could compare my location.
Yeah.
Right? Because as of this moment... Here we go. What's this guy?
Yeah, I made a list of things, like, on my phone that I'm trying to collect right now in Tears of the Kingdom, because I just knew if I wrote it down, then I would be able to refer to that. It's nice to have.
Yeah, hold on. We're going to fight this thing.
Ooh, it's so bouncy.
No. Die. That'll put me at the bench before the fight. Hopefully I don't have to do the fight again. At least I have the advantage of now I guess I know where I am. Bench. And I go straight up from here. And that puts me here. Perfect, no fight. Good. Alright. Dana, let's stay up an extra 10 minutes and get to this piece of music.
I'm fine with that. All I got tomorrow is stream.
Yeah, I'm cleaning all day tomorrow. Oorah.
Do you have family coming in? Or Gus?
No, it's just with the end of the semester, like, panicking that is normal for professors. We haven't been.
And then... Oh, sweet. I don't have a wedding this weekend. I arranged music for
let's go to the other screen here.
Oh, I have the reunion this weekend, that's why. I do have things to do.
Haha.
There's a rehearsal and stuff, but, like, you know, some of these people, like, haven't picked up their violin since high school, so, like, even some of my good friends are like, I have to practice. I'm like, I can show up and sight read. Just, like, not a flex, it's just, like, my job, right?
Right.
And I actually volunteered to play, like, some viola parts, because I knew I can show up and sight read to the rehearsal. Like, will I look at them? Yeah, probably. But it's all stuff we played back in high school. Like, I know the music already. I don't always know the specific part I'm on, because we had to, like, sign up, and sometimes the part I played was already taken, so... But I know the song, so it's gonna be fun.
Alright. It's weird that that door is closed. On my map it's open, and I don't know why it's not open here. But that's okay. Let me drag this map around. Here's this little churchy area. We're gonna go left. Not there. Up and around to the second one. Okay. So that's the first one. Up and around to number 2. And that leads us to this charming space. Okay. Charge up. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's try this way instead. It should be a map stream as often as I'm looking at it today. Alright. Open that up.
It's
now go
like
up and around.
A new emote for that. Hello! I love it because, they're ones that we've needed to have for a while. We have not a map stream. We also have one more week, which we're going to do one more week of this.
We will.
And I have to make the loaf loot.
Nice.
That'll be the last one, I think. Because those are, the most consistent in-jokes.
Oh, this way's blacked off. You cannot go.
Like an emote.
Yeah. Alright, so. If this way is blacked off and I cannot do it. No, get me past this. I'm gonna go see if the map person is around up here. Or I'm just gonna die. That's great. 1, 2, good enough. Hey, Humanities at Play has rated us.
Hey, good to see you. We're playing Hollow Knight.
Yes, we are finishing up soon, but I'm being stubborn and staying up late, so...
It's not hollow in terms of the music. I mean, there's some areas that have been kind of silent, but... Ugh, green path.
Yes, but this is not the way we need to go.
Yeah, but it's green path. It's the best sound.
It is. We're gonna go back this way. We're gonna figure out how to get to where we need to go.
Yeah, we gotta get the White Ladies theme.
Right.
Hollow Knight is a great game. I agree.
Hollow Knight is fantastic.
I agree,
do wish.
It's shocking.
At times
we hadn't played it before now. It had been on our. We keep a Google Doc spreadsheet, and the four of us that are the mainline streamers on this channel each have our own column, and then we have a column where we try to keep current and list everything that we actually have played. And then we also have if anybody requests anything on stream, we put it in. But this had been on a few of them, I think. And I don't remember,
so that's where I am.
What a couple weeks ago made me go, hey, we haven't done this. If I was listening to Disco Cactus and the Hollow Knight track made me think, we need to actually stream that game.
That might be it.
Probably. I listen to Disco Cactus a lot.
Yeah,
also,
that's a thing.
My little one really likes the Disco Cactus album. When they did their album release, listening party, you should have seen her dancing to it. It was so cute.
That's awesome.
She also dances to marimba regularly. Just a big fan.
Just all of Doug's stuff, then, right?
I like to turn on Marimba Mondays when I think of it.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to see her. Marimba in particular, she seems to respond really well too. So I'm like, that'd be cool if you end up as a marimba player. I'd be down.
Yeah, I'll take my egg though. Alright.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Alright, there should be a bench here that I'm going to visit in the hopes of updating my internal map. So that if I can manage to find what's-his-face, we'll have something to do with this area.
Yeah, the sheet music is great.
The sheet music is tremendous.
There are some some of these piano arrangement books have been pretty great. There's a Stardew one. There's a Celeste one.
I can't go that way. That's acidy. Yes, I also have both of those books, and they rule. Absolutely tremendous music. Can't play any of it.
I'd have to practice. It has been many years since I was any good at piano.
Yes, same here.
What I would consider pretty good at piano. Pretty good.
I used to be, like, auditionable and could have gotten into an undergraduate program. The catch is, that's almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah, that was I was deciding.
Journey sounds fun.
Violin and piano, and so I ended up kind of recognizing about myself that I was more of a social player. I liked sitting in an orchestra section. I liked playing chamber music, and piano. I think you have to be more comfortable with solitude in a practice room.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because even if you're doing chamber music,
yes,
look. Standing groups that are like piano chamber group. You're usually like it'll be a quintet, and you're added on to an existing quartet, you know, or you know, an existing group, and then you're the piano on it. And even in orchestra, you're kind of often you're sitting in the back in your own thing. So we haven't streamed Journey, have we? That's another like big music game, a big game in general that we have not done. Right? I don't think we've done Journey.
I don't think we have. That is weird.
I know Julianne certainly has a lot to say about it.
Alright, I need 10 money to do this. Come on, people.
Because Julianne talks about it in her dissertation.
I'm gonna go get 10 money. I can't believe I don't have it right now. I'm tempted to cheat and just like load my trainer for this game and give it to me.
Oh, I know what made me.
But we won't do it that way.
Other than listening to Disco Cactus, where they have that beautiful track, mashing up Green Path and City of Tears. I know what made me go. We actually need to play Hollow Knight, and it was Hyunjin Park had a post talking about the sequel getting delayed.
Oh yes, that's right.
That was it.
All right,
social media post.
That's magically enough money now. Now we can go back.
I was like, wait, we haven't done this game.
I knew I was close. All right. Excellent. Oh, look at our map being updated now. That's awesome. Okay.
Gonna throw another emote in the chat. It's been such a map stream. It's because there's not enough people here to counter you.
Yeah, I think so.
All your map tendencies are running unchecked at the moment.
It's true. I think we might have to call it, though. It's 11:10. We'll get the bench, and we'll start with the good piece of music next week with everybody here.
That sounds fine. As much as I want to hear it. It's so pretty.
I know it is, but...
I'm here. Like... The nerdiest thing is we're finding this last bench. I'm trying to have a slow summer of just, like, saying no to stuff and just existing and enjoying existing. I am doing some teaching, like a good amount of teaching, but I'm trying to cut out noise, you know? And one of those things is...
Here we go.
I got this idea to get these like silicone cake decorating molds that you would like use fondant or like chocolate, modeling chocolate, and you press it into the mold and then you can put the thing on your cake. They have all these pretty ones that are like flowers and stuff, and I thought it's food grade silicone. You could use it as an ice mold. So my new thing is I have a bunch of like over the top silly ones, like it'll be like a fern leaf impression, but I'm freezing my leftover coffee in the morning into these bizarre like flower shapes, and then I'm using that as the ice cube in my iced coffee the next morning. And so I have like beautiful like flower coffee.
That's awesome.
And like I was just thinking about how I have stuff in the fridge, and I'm like, I can't wait for my coffee tomorrow morning. Like I can't wait to wake up in the morning and make my coffee in the morning with this like gorgeous stupid ice.
Yeah.
But you know, they run like $5-10 on Amazon, and they're already food grade silicone because they're made for cake decorating. And I was like, they aren't super effective in terms of an ice cube because they're small, but they're cute. Also, I have those like cocktail ones that make like the big ice. It's like a cube or whatever. So it's like I already have that. But
really quickly before we sign off for the night here,
brings joy, y'all.
We have a very interesting game-heavy summer that I'm actually kind of intimidated by right now. We'll finish Hollow Knight up next week or maybe the week after, depending on how fast I can go get all the upgrades and fight the bosses. Maybe I'll practice once. But
one more week, he says.
We've also got Tears of the Kingdom, which we're not going to play through on stream, but I'm going to load a completed file at some point late in the summer and take us around and do the cool end game content stuff. Probably, again, closer to August to give people time to get through it, because I know that nobody wants that spoiled for themselves necessarily. There's also, in the next 2 weeks, Street Fighter VI, Diablo 4. 2 days ago, we got the new Final Fantasy XIV patch content.
Happy patch day, everybody. We're past it.
It was fantastic. And then we also have Final Fantasy 16 at the end of June, which, again, I think that's too long for us to play on stream, but probably a 1 week, hey, check out the new thing.
FF7 Remake was like the longest game of my life.
Dark Sword's right, new Destiny 2 season, also this past Tuesday. Just insanity right now.
There's a lot coming out right now. And meanwhile, like, a lot of that is stuff that I probably won't play myself, but I'm just playing Tears of the Kingdom, so I'm doing a lot of that.
The Destiny soundtrack is wildly underrated and understudied. I feel like at some point this summer we should take 1 week and just grind plot stuff for 2 hours in Destiny 2. I might recruit Dark Sword. I might recruit you to hop on stream as a guest and walk us through that.
That'd be really fun. I want more guests in general. We got to do Pentiment. Speaking of guests.
Laura does sing all over that soundtrack. She does not play, but I would love to have her come in and comment if she's free. I can reach out and see about that.
Laura is too much talent in one person. I will maintain that forever.
A lot of stuff for us to touch on this summer, though. I'm really excited about it. In any case,
and honestly, I have a few new things for when we hit like Shenanigans weeks. That are little, not those major types of things. And there's some new things that are on the wish list that I'm kind of waiting to see the Steam sale. That I'm going to pick up. So
nice. Otherwise, everybody have a good Memorial Day weekend. I hope you're all doing something exciting.
That's coming up. And drop by tomorrow on my channel, Musicologists, if you want to talk about Carmen Sandiego. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, 2 o'clock, right, Dana?
Yep, 2 o'clock Eastern.
All right, awesome. Yeah,
night,
check out
everyone.
Check out that tomorrow, and otherwise we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.